Hello everyone, welcome to another theatre vlog. Sorry it's very loud, I am right by a road, but I just wanted to show you who I'm with briefly. It's Sean! I know he hasn't been in the videos for a while, so I just thought I would say he's here.
Thank you for missing me, everyone.
We are hanging out, we haven't forgotten about each other.
Yeah, we haven't fallen out, we haven't had a big
Oh my god,
argument.
can you imagine?
We should have had internet be...
Oh, YouTube
right,
drama.
next time, we're going to stage.
We're not going to see each other the whole summer and be like, we had a massive fallout.
We had a massive fallout over our thoughts on the show.
Yeah. Oh, the thing is, we actually wouldn't, would we? Like, we disagree on things,
no, we
but we
disagree on
wouldn't
like
hate
everything
each
we've
other.
ever seen together. So
Yeah. And even when we do have differing opinions, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the food we're eating because, you know, like typical YouTube blogger people. We're at a place called The Ring. We're just having some nice ciders. And yeah, we've literally got the exact same thing. Both got ciders, both got hot dogs and chips. And very excited. Yay! To Wimbledon way too early, not way too early, just in more time than I normally do, and I've just spent a while trying to find a spot to vlog where I don't look like a weirdo. First of all, we've ended up in the car park, so now it probably looks like I'm trying to steal a car because I'm lurking around, and also I'm behind the back of the theatre. So not only do I feel like a lurker, and I'm not intending to be, but I can hear the cast, like their dressing rooms are on this side of the theatre, and I just heard them singing Let It Go from Frozen. So I feel like such a creeper, and I guess now there's nothing I can do about it because people are walking around and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Anyway, I had a lovely time catching up with Sean. I hope the wind isn't too bad, by the way, I'm really sorry. That's another thing I was trying to find, a little alcove where you wouldn't be able to hear the wind as badly. But yes, I had a lovely time meeting up with Sean. He was at the National Theatre this afternoon and now he's going to the Old Vic tonight. So we thought whilst we had a little opportunity to meet up and have a late lunch, early dinner situation. Oh god, I sound like Sam situation. So now I'm in Wimbledon. I used to live here, so it always feels a bit weird to come back, and I'm like, oh, okay, I used to live here. Well, I didn't live in Wimbledon, I lived in Southfields. So yeah. I'm just rambling. I'm really excited to see this show. If you have been watching me for a while, at the start of the year I made a video of like the 7 shows that I was really looking forward to seeing in 2017, and I think now, after I've seen ADDAMS FAMILY, I've ticked off like all of the shows that I could possibly see on that list now. The other ones I think were Hamilton, which obviously I've booked tickets for, I'm seeing that at the end of the year, and Finding Neverland, which I believe is now going to come over next year. So everything that I could have seen on that list, I think, anyway, I will have now seen. That's exciting. What else to say? Booked my tickets on Todaytix, but I did a long spiel about that in my previous video, so I'm not going to talk about that today. I don't think, as much as I'd love to stage door and see Carrie afterwards, obviously Carrie Hope Fletcher, she's in this show, well, it starts early today because it's their first night / press night, so it starts at 7 o'clock. It'll be done by 9:30, but I have work tomorrow and then I'm seeing another show tomorrow, and I want to try and edit this to get it up on Thursday, so I don't really have a lot of time. So sadly I think I'm gonna have to miss out on stage door, but I'm super excited to see her in another show. I think the last time I saw her was Les Mis, just before she left, and I managed to get a front row ticket, and I wasn't vlogging fully then, so I don't have like a vlog of that. That would have been pretty cool, but oh well. So I think I'm gonna get get a drink somewhere now, and then go in and enjoy the show. Can you hear the cast? I don't want to show you where they are because that's just creepy, but yeah, it was quite funny to walk around the building and just hear Let It Go and think, huh? Yeah, they sounded really funny. I'm really excited. And yeah, I'll talk to you more later. Also, this is always funny to see. I used to work in a regional theatre, so when tours come in, obviously they come in this massive lorry, and because today is their first day, they might have done the get-in for the theatre yesterday actually, but yeah, this is where the whole set and stuff goes in. This big lorry here, and it's always Paul Matthew International, I swear. It's always the brand they use, the company. Very nice, snazzy red carpet situation. little red carpet. Cool. Here we go.
What's your first name?
Rukaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such an unusual
I know,
but pretty
it's
name.
different.
Okay, so you're in the dress circle
Yeah.
in row P.
Yeah.
Did you want to play a
Thank you.
programme?
I'm alright for now.
Okay,
Thank you so
enjoy
much.
the show.
Thanks. Made it into the theatre. It's about 7:15. Doors normally open half an hour before, and I did hear drilling in the auditorium before whilst I was waiting outside. So I think there might have had to be some last minute drilling going on. I don't know. But yeah, I think hopefully the show should still start on time, even though the audience has been let in late. Everyone's coming in now. I feel a bit nervous vlogging in public. You know what I'm like. I get like vlogging anxiety. But I also kind of need the toilet, so I'm wondering if I can risk going to the toilet before the show. These decisions. I've never sat in the dress circle of the new Wimbledon. It's not bad, to be fair. I mean, I've got the overhang of the level above in my line of sight, but it's not the worst thing. I don't think I'm going to miss any of the show, the set, everything. I'll let you know though, obviously. And as well, something that's really good, I know I always, well, recently I'm mentioning it in my videos, but if you go onto seatplan.co.uk, it's an amazing website where for most of the London theatres, and then quite if they're adding more regional theatres on, so regional meaning like tour venues like this, people put on reviews of their seats. So I looked at a review for this seat obviously before I booked it, and I was like, you know what, I think I can deal with it, because it was literally the cheapest, so I didn't want to pay the ATG prices. Sorry ATG. So yeah, I think it should be a fine view, and let's see. Here's the full set in case I'm missing it from my view. And I love that you can see right into the orchestra pit as well. Yeah. Hello everyone, it's the interval now. I found Perry. Perry, you are in the stalls. I'm obviously in the dress circle. How are you finding the view from there?
I'm really enjoying it, yeah. I mean, I usually sit in like the cheaper seats at the back of the stalls, because you can get like really good £15 ones there.
Because the dress circle overhang is in like a line of view, isn't it?
Yeah, so I would say you're in quite a good place.
I think I'm missing, you know when like people were at the top of the stairs?
Oh yeah.
I missed like their necks were cut off.
Oh.
They were beheaded.
Oh, well, I usually at the back, you kind of get, it's just a little bit of an overhang.
Yeah.
You're okay. But I've not been in there, I'm like centre, so I've not had that before. It's very nice.
I am really enjoying it so far. I'm loving it. It's very, I know it's going to be kooky, I know it's going to be different, but I didn't really know how different it was going to be. Like, it's jokes and...
I think it's quite Broadway-esque.
Yeah, I mean it has come straight from...
But the quality is very like top quality.
Really good for a
it should be in
tour.
the West End.
Yeah, I would
Actually.
not be surprised if it did a little shoe-in.
Halloween. Imagine.
All that
Halloween.
branding though, that would be such good.
Oh my goodness, but the branding is already so on point. I don't know who's done the marketing, but seriously, loving it.
Yeah, it's really good. And what else was I going to say? I'm really impressed by the whole set as well. Like,
Yeah, the costumes as well.
Yeah, it's
and
really
the
not a
choreography to go with it. The
normal
choreography matches the quality of the costumes, and I think that's something that's really important in shows, that the quality of the costumes matches the standards of dancing. Yeah, it really does.
High quality, just overall, and I know like we shouldn't say that, like most tours are really high quality, but like this one I just feel like it's another notch.
It's another level. Like they've definitely put a lot behind the production, behind the acting. Obviously the actors are quite high profile as well, but that doesn't make a difference. I feel like they've earned those roles. Like they're literally.
It helps that they are known people, but
I feel like it's that kind of movie. It's that kind of thing that they should have the kind of high profile.
Yeah, and it's not like they're not amazing, right? So that's
also, I don't know all of them. I mainly know Carrie and Sam. So
isn't Les Dennis Uncle Buster and I've forgotten his name.
It's all good.
Cameron
Names.
Blakely is Gomez, that's the name,
Yeah.
I keep on forgetting everyone's
I
there's a
forget
lot of
as well.
names. Everyone's coming down back from the interview now, so I'm gonna go and run up to my seat because I need to run to the dresser.
Yes, lovely to see you too.
And yay! And now we'll enjoy the rest of the show. Woo. Are you going that way or? Okay, bye! Also, Olivia, and I've got your name. Sophia!
Subscribe, like, and comment.
Obviously, because it's press night, everyone's here.
We're loving it. Plus one life.
We just left the Addams family and you could have tell. Language. Ah! That's not going to be planned.
But it was lit. It's
You are. I'm
a great family show, by the way, guys.
That's better. There we go. That's better. Everyone's in.
Look, we're like
There we
our
are.
own little thumbnail.
Oh, look.
If you see the Addams family, let Rukaya know. I feel so like hashtag blessed because all these three are bloggers and I'm a plus one.
You don't need to do it because we
Sophia
do
has
it
a
for
YouTube
you.
channel. I do have a YouTube channel though. Like, comment, and subscribe.
What is it? You're not good at spawning yourself.
I know.
Like,
Hashtag spawn, hashtag ad. Hashtag we get Sophia and I both do monthly vlogs that get 10 views each. So my YouTube channel is just my name, aka Sophia D'Souza.
she's not even drunk.
We're just high on the Addams Family live.
My Instagram and Twitter are the same but with an underscore.
Oh, you're so extra. Jesus Christ.
I love it.
All of mine are Olivia Mitchell with no else. And then
Oh, promote yourself. Go for it.
my YouTube is rewrite the story.
So what do we make of the show, guys?
Hashtag ad, hashtag spawn.
You don't care about the show. You only care about
Hashtag,
yourself.
there will be a review
I love
of my
the show.
of
I
my
love
vlog.
the
I bet you
show.
can see what I think. She's definitely going to cut all of this out.
I am not. I am not going to cut it all out. It's going to go all the way in.
I'm going to get you views with my 32 subscribers.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the talking section of the vlog. Sorry, I'm doing a bit old school and not very professional filming because it's straight after the show and I've got a busy couple of days coming up, but I want to put this up on Thursday when hopefully you'll be watching this. So I need to do my post-show chat right now. First of all, I have to say how nice it was to see so many people today, so many friends, because I honestly thought I was just going to go to the Addams family and not see, I knew Perry was going to be there. I obviously didn't know that I was going to be meeting up with Sean for lunch. I didn't know that Olivia and Sophia would be there. It was just really nice to, yeah, actually see people, because obviously I don't mind going to the theatre on my own, that's not a problem, but to then end up seeing people, it's just like, yay, friends. I feel like I've not actually seen a touring production this year. What? No, I don't think I have. Wow, so this is the first tour that I've seen of 2017. Have I seen a tour? I'm checking through like my vlogs from this year. That's quite interesting. I guess because I live in London and I just don't go out of London, basically. If you didn't know, I used to work at Milton Keynes Theatre, which is obviously a regional venue. I used to usher there, just work front of house in general. Sorry about my neighbours, by the way. So whenever I do see a tour, I always think about how much goes into it. As I showed you, there was a clip of the lorry outside where obviously the whole set and everything would have come from. Well, obviously they would have had another one as well. That wasn't the only lorry they would have had. But just thinking about, obviously today is Tuesday. It was their press night. It was their first night in Wimbledon. So they would have had a show on Saturday or 2 shows on Saturday, and then presumably driving to here on the Sunday, and then doing the get-in for the theatre on the Monday, and then doing like dress rehearsals and stuff Tuesday before then performing to the press and a new audience and a new location. It just, I think when you really think about everything that's going on in any show, but especially a touring production, you're like, oh wow, like, oh my goodness. I think going into a show with that in mind makes you appreciate it on a whole other level as well, which is just really nice. As I mentioned at some point in this vlog, I made a video of a list of shows that I wanted to see in 2017, and now that I've seen the Addams Family, I have now basically completed that list. I'll have a link at somewhere in this video to that video, so you can go check it out and see like what I have seen from that list and what I still need to see. So yeah, I've been really looking forward to the show for a long time now. And in fact, fun fact, back in 2014, I actually searched back through Twitter to find this evidence because I knew I tweeted about it. I went to a concert, I believe it was West End Fests, and Carrie was there, Carrie Hope Fletcher, who plays Wednesday Addams, and she sang Pulled. And I tweeted her afterwards. I tweeted her this, it'll be on the screen now. And now, 3 years later, I've seen her as Wednesday Addams, and she was fantastic. I know there's some people that have kind of said, well, it's now for her because of her name, and some people say it's like celebrity casting, and I'm like, no, she has worked very hard. She's a very nice person. Obviously I didn't get to see her tonight, but I've met her at Stage Door a couple of times in a few other places, and she is such a delightful human being, and she works hard. It's not like she expects things to be handed on a plate. She works hard, and tours are hard. Any show is hard. So for people to say, oh, she's just been put in because she's a name, you need to hush. Because she is, yeah, she's very, very talented, and I think she is great for Wednesday Addams. I wish that I'd be able to see her facial expressions more. Obviously being at the back of the dress circle, I couldn't see them as much, because I know she does some amazing facial expressions. The last time I saw her, I believe, was when I last saw Les Mis, and I actually got a seat on the front row. I think I mentioned that earlier on in the vlog as well, so obviously you could see everything. And fun fact as well, the last time I saw Cameron Blakely, who plays Gomez Addams, aka Wednesday's dad, was in Les Mis as well, and also Parents. He was the parent of Carrie as Eponine. I'm very tired. Apart from that, I don't think there's anyone else in the cast that I've seen previously that I know of, like a name that sticks out, but I did want to say that Samantha Womack, I think that's how her surname is pronounced, she was really good as Morticia. I don't think I've ever heard her sing before, so I was intrigued to hear what she was like singing, but she has a really nice singing voice actually, and she definitely, as we mentioned in the intro, they add the sass and the comedy of these characters is just amazing. Les Dennis played Uncle Fester, and he was a fantastic character in terms of comedy. Just all of them, it was so funny, and I really enjoyed the story. Obviously, as you might know if you watch my videos, you know that if I don't know anything about a show, I like to keep it that way. I like to keep it fresh and just go in not knowing anything. And obviously I did that with the Addams Family, and also it's been a long time since I've watched anything Addams Family related, and it's an interesting one because it was, what was it, off Broadway, I can't remember now, but I feel like for some reason it might translate better to British audiences and we might enjoy it more, because I remember it was kind of a big thing when I was growing up, I think. I know I've always known about the Addams Family, and you know, I can't remember how it started, but anyway, it's a really funny show. And what else do I need to say? The music is really funny. I think there were a couple of songs that the show could have done without, purely just, it wasn't really a long show anyway, I don't think. I think the first act was like 75 minutes, second act 52 minutes, but there were a couple of songs that I thought, maybe this doesn't need to be a song, but that's just my opinion, and I'm not like a professional in these areas. As I mentioned, it was just really high quality for a tour, and I don't mean that in like a way to slam any other tours, but for some shows that you see, you can kind of tell that it's a touring production, but the sets of this, I think had it been in a West End theatre, they probably would have done a lot more. That's not to say they hadn't done enough here. Like, it was impressive for a tour set, and I thought that was really, it was really imaginative and clever the way they did things, and the lighting, and they had some, I guess, what do you call it, special effects, like projections and stuff, and lighting. God, I'm doing so well with my descriptions. It was just a really well put together show. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, as I'm sure you would have been able to tell from all of this rambling, I did really enjoy the Addams Family at the new Wimbledon Theatre tonight, and I'm very, 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 very glad that I've finally been able to see it. I know we've already said this in the video, but let me know if you've been to see the Addams Family on this tour, or if you've seen any other productions of it. This is obviously the UK premiere of it, but if you saw it over in America or elsewhere, it's been in Australia as well, I believe. Someone commented that the other day, or did they say that it wasn't on there? I can't remember, but let me know if you've seen it or if you'd like to see it. As you know, we like to chat in the comments about theatre, so please do get involved because it makes me really happy. A couple of people left like 1,000-word comments on my video recently, on the one with me and Jake, and that made me laugh when I saw it at first. I was like, that's amazing, and it was just so nice. I just love chatting, which is why I've currently been chatting for 8 minutes. Okay, I'm going to shut up now, but please, if you have enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you'd like to see more of me in the future. I hope you're doing very well, and I will see you very soon. Bye!